Valentine's Day is coming up, so I have a question for you. Do you know that God wants you to love you? And did you know that even your love for yourself can be viewed as praise to God? I know, that sounds really weird. That's why we're going to go to the word for that. Deuteronomy 10:14 and Psalm 24:1 both say in one way or another that everything is the Lord's, including the earth and all the things that are in it, including people. In Genesis 1:27, we see that the Lord said, "Let us make man in our image." And I'm going to come back to that. Then in Psalm 139:14, it says, "I will praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well." Do you realize what that really means? You are one of God's works. And not just something that He made, but you're also made in His image. Like, He made you to be like Him. And when you love Him, you love yourself. Like, when you're like, "Ooh, I look good today." You be like, "God, you did that." Okay. Maybe you're not convinced yet. Let's get to the love part. In Leviticus 19:18, the word says to love your neighbor as yourself. And then Jesus says it when He comes to the earth, and it's repeated in all of the Gospels. So then the question begs, well, how am I to love my neighbor? But then when you look in 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 8, you can see that we're told to love each other deeply because love covers a multitude of sins. And the more that you love yourself, the easier you are on yourself. You're not nagging yourself all the time, thinking about how much you've done wrong. And guess what? God thinks of you the exact same way. So if He thinks of you like that, don't you think He wants you to think of yourself like that? He doesn't want you in your own head all the time. "Oh, I did that thing wrong. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm so this and that." Stop that. Okay? God wants you to love yourself. Self-love is a good thing. Even in Proverbs 10:12, it says that hatred stirs up strife. But again, love conquers all offenses. So don't neglect yourself. Treat yourself with the same love that the Creator treats you with. Because when you don't do that, it's kind of like, I don't know if you've seen Toy Story 4, but there's this character that keeps calling itself trash and literally throwing itself in the trash. But then another character is like, "No, you're not trash. You're a friend." And so God wants you to see yourself the same way. Stop throwing yourself in the trash. Stop thinking yourself as trash. When God wants to see you as a friend, He wants to love on you. He wants you to love yourself. So here's the thing about self-love. Self-love is not just bubble baths and face masks or treating yourself to some pizza every day. Instead, I'm going to give you 3 concrete ways to love yourself. Step 1, give your body what it needs. You need food, you need water, and you need sleep. I don't care what age you are. I don't care what you're going through in life, okay? You need to make sure you're eating. Unless you're fasting because the Lord told you to fast or because you're doing a corporate fast with your church, you need to be eating regularly. You also need water. Our bodies are made up of a large sum of water. And your brain literally decreases function when you don't have enough water. So in order to be all that you can be for God, make sure you're hydrated. And you need sleep. God even sometimes talks to us in our sleep. So make sure that you're getting enough sleep. Number 2, you can do verbal affirmations. You can do verbal affirmations both in the mirror and outside of the mirror. When you wake up in the morning, after you tell the Lord good morning and pray, look in the mirror and say, "Hey beautiful, hey handsome, hey gorgeous," whatever word you want to use. Start speaking to yourself. The word says that there's power of life and death in the tongue. So think about the words that you say to yourself. No more telling yourself you're trash, but instead speak to yourself in love, as if God Himself were speaking to you. He's never going to say, "Hey trash." It'll be my son, my daughter, and sometimes even my friend. You can even use Psalm 139. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Just walk around telling yourself, "I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Use those affirmations. Use your voice. Use your words. And number 3, get to know your body. Get to know how it works, how God created it to work. It's a beautiful thing. Just how people had to till land back in the Bible days, we have our bodies to take care of. The word tells us that our bodies are a temple for God. And so you want to make sure you keep that in order, which is why step number 1 was to take care of yourself. And then when we look at Leviticus 25:5, the Lord commanded His people to let the land rest. So how much more does God care for you then if He said to let the land rest? He wants you to rest as well. So all in all, love yourself. Spend time this weekend just with yourself, with the Lord. Get to know yourself, take care of yourself, and make this a constant thing. Just be careful not to begin to worship yourself and make yourself an idol. Matthew 23:12 says, "Whoever exalts himself shall be humbled, and whoever humbles himself shall be exalted." So take that time out to love yourself, using those 3 concrete ways, and love the Lord your God through the love for yourself. Be blessed.